Okay, Mr. Rooney again, and just with some more problems here out of 8.1. A lot of these written problems are pretty tough. So, we'll try and give you some good solid examples to follow, and then you can, have a look at them again at your own time, of course. But, okay, a lot of these problems have to do with, percentages off and sale prices and things of that nature. So, we're going to have to create an equation to actually solve the problem. You're going to have to build your own equation, not just solve it, but create and solve, of course, right? So we will set this up. The Winter Warehouse has winter jackets on sale, 25% off the regular price. Now, what don't we know? We don't know, and this is a key question in every one of these. What is the regular price? So the regular price we don't know. That's going to be our x. Every time we do a written problem in algebra, if we don't know what it is, we got to figure out what the x is. So our regular price of the jacket is going to be x. Now, this is a key part here as well. 25% of the regular price. Now, the jacket is on sale for 176.25, right? Okay, so that's actually 75% of the regular price of the jacket, isn't it? Right? So this where it becomes a little trickier in this. So this represents 25% off, but it actually represents 75% on. That may take a few seconds to process, but that's what we're going to think about. So, one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to change this 25%. We have to change that into a decimal because we can't work with a percentage sign. So, as you likely know, 25% as a decimal is 0.25, 0.25x. Okay. Now, that's not as useful, as I said, because 25% off means 75% on, and decimal 75. So, really, when we think about it, that 75% is this value here. So 176 is 75% of the regular jacket. So really that's the sentence we want to be kind of talking about here. So 75%, I'm going to rewrite it. 75% of the regular price is 176. Okay, so we're going to basically take this and translate it. Okay, we can imagine what the is. The is our equal sign. We're not going to change the 176.25. That's a constant. Constants don't change. We're going to convert that 75% into decimal 75. And what are we going to put in where it says regular price? Well, remember the regular price was going to be our x. So we're going to say 75% x equals 176.25. Okay. So that's the hard part. If you can get to there, we're okay. We see here that it's multiplying. So we're going to divide, do our opposite operation. We're going to divide by 0.75. We're going to divide this side by 0.75. All right, let's get our answer now. We have x, of course, that's all canceled. X equals, and I don't have the old calculator up yet. There we go. So 176.25 divided by 0.75. 235. Now, one of the things we sometimes don't do well enough is consider our answer. Is it a reasonable response? So, does it make sense that the regular price is 235? I think it does. You know, so if you took 25% off of that, where would we be? We should be here at 176.25. We should also get in the habit when we're doing written problems of writing our answer in a sentence. So something very simple like the regular price of the jacket is 235. Okay, so that can be a little bit tricky. Those written problems in that vein. We've got to think this through a little bit. Okay, let's try another one. So the school is selling almonds as a fundraiser. The almonds sell for $1 a box, and the school receives 40% of the proceeds. How many boxes must be sold? Okay, so before we go any further, we want to find out what the X is. What's the question asking? How many boxes? So that's going to be our X. Must be sold in order for the school to make $12,000. Okay, so we know that 40% goes to the school. Well, that 40% is going to be $12,000. So we're going to set it up like this. 40% of the boxes sold is $12,000. So we're going to try, whoops, 12,000. We're going to try and convert that. 40% of however many boxes we sell is going to be 12,000. So we want to know what that is. So that's going to be our X. Our is our equal sign. We've got 12,000, which is a constant that's not going to change. And of course, our 40% has to go to 0.40, which is really zero point 0.4. Okay, so then we start doing our simple one-step equations here. We're going to divide by zero point 0.4. We're going to divide this guy by zero point 0.4 as well. Okay, so I accidentally paused that for a second, so I'm not sure how much I'm repeating myself here or not. But anyway, I converted my sentence here. 40% of the boxes would be, the proceeds. So 40% of those boxes is 12,000. I set up my equation, which is convert that zero point 0.4. The boxes is x equals 12,000. Do my equation, and now end up with x equals 30,000. So we would then say, and again, we ask ourselves, is that a reasonable answer? You know, if every would 40% of $30,000 be $12,000? 50% of $30,000 would be $15,000. So that sort of makes some sense. So again, we'd write our sentence. The school would need to sell 30,000. Whoops, boxes. Okay,